Yo, what is up? So I'm going to be showing you the best guide to complete these Christmas story missions. As you can see right here, it says the evil present, and then it also says defeat the Christmas invasions to progress the reward conveyor. And down here it says start Christmas mission. So these are actually really difficult to do, so I thought I'd make a quick guide with some really good tips and tricks that should definitely help you towards completing these, because trust me, yeah, they're not easy. Definitely make sure to leave a like, subscribe. I do sometimes do giveaways, so definitely subscribe and leave a like if that interests you. And yeah, it's much appreciated. So let's begin this. Now obviously you're gonna need a really good like team, or like, you know, a good garden basically. One thing I would highly recommend you do is obviously try and AFK the plant shop if you can. Try and get like a full team of secret plants, because that, I mean, ideally that's what you want. Also, when planting seeds, I highly recommend you do these 3 things, because this is going to massively help you out in terms of getting like better damage for your plants. Make sure you activate a size potion. So obviously keep in mind, this is before you plant your seeds. Activate a size potion, which will obviously increase the odds of you getting a bigger size plant. Also activate a witch potion, which will help with better mutation chance. And also, while you're at it, put on a card called the Alchemist Expertise, which actually, well, if you get a tier 3, this will increase potions effectiveness by 20%. Also, when planting seeds, make sure you've got a weather forecast on. So every few hours, you'll see at the bottom right, there'll be like a weather forecast. Sometimes it'll be foggy or icy blizzard or something like that. Just wait for a weather forecast and then plant your seeds during that. And if you do it with all 3 of those things, then yeah, you should be having way better luck with getting like much better plants, which obviously will help you with better damage, so you can be able to complete these missions a lot easier. Also, back here, you can see each row's individual damage. Make sure you've got every single row balanced. Do not have a row that's got like 10 million and then have one row that's got like 1 million, because the thing is, during these missions, the Brainrots, they will randomly go down random rows. So you need to make sure that each row of your garden is evenly balanced, because we never know which row the Brainrots are going to take. So the best way to be prepared is to just have every row at a very similar damage. So as you can see, all of my rows are basically like 4 million, as you can see. So yeah, pretty nice. Now let's move over to the cards. So this is currently what I've got on. I don't know, it seems to work for me. Now, I have Doom Bloom on, which, as you can see, now this card was recently nerfed, but it is still very good. So Doom Bloom, level 3, 40% increased damage dealt by all plants. Obviously, it did used to be 50%, but they actually nerfed it by 10%. I've also got Tile Trio on. If 3 plants of the same type are in the same line, they gain 70% increased damage. Also, I've got 2 cards here that actually help with invasions themselves. Well, actually, no, I've only got 1, sorry. I forgot. I recently took another one off. I actually replaced it with this card. I did used to have a Heartwood card on, which I guess I'll show in a second, but I've taken that one off for now. I've got this Photosynthesis. I think that's how you say that. Basically, during an invasion, heal plants by 25% of their max health after each wave. I mean, obviously, you know, this is pretty decent because, yeah, it literally just regens your plants throughout the missions. Recently added this card. It's called Agile Bloom, and basically increases my attack speed of my plants by 20%. Really good. Although it's only tier 1 right now. And then obviously I've got this one, which is a massive help. This one's called the Bloom Ascendant 3. And yeah, after slaying 1,000 Brainrots, buff all plant stats by 135% for 5 minutes. Out of all of these, this is probably the one I'd recommend the most. It is super OP for these missions. Now, you don't need to completely copy this. You can do whatever you like, but I would try and get something similar to this, I guess. Now, do keep in mind, let me go to the shop. So with these new expansion card packs, well, they're not new technically, they were added like in the previous update. Actually, I'm going to buy these. I might as well. In these expansion card packs, you can actually get a lot of cards that help with invasions. I guess the devs added this just to like balance out the game a bit more, because the missions were really difficult to do. And in these expansion card packs, yeah, you can get loads of cards that help with them. So like that Photosynthesis card I just got there, which is yeah, this one here. During an invasion, heal plants by 50% of the max health after each wave. That's one I've actually got currently on. Now, I'm just going to show you a few. So let's go to my view cards. Now, you can have any of these on because they're pretty good. So there's one called Heartwood. I did have this one on, but I recently took it off. So basically, during an invasion, increase your plant's health by 35%. Well, that's a tier 2 anyway. Obviously, it'd be better if it's a tier 3. But yeah, I do think this one's good, but I'm just recently taking it off just to do a bit more testing. But yeah, obviously, higher health for your plants. Just basically means you got more likelihood of completing it. There's also one called Leafy, I believe. This one isn't as good, but yeah. During an invasion, every 50 Brainrot slain summons a wall of leaves with 1000 HP for 30 seconds, blocking Brainrot movement. And now there was another one, but I've forgotten the name of it. But I mean, the one I've got on right now is obviously the photosynthesis, which just heal plants by 50% of the max health after each wave. Well, that's the tier 1, but yeah, the tier 3 that I've got on, it does 25% after each wave, so that's pretty good. Also, don't forget in the previous update with the corrupted plant pantry, obviously it's gone from the game now, but if you were playing during that update, you could basically make your plants corrupted, and if you've got those, I recommend you place them down because they will actually have 10 times HP, the corrupted plants. Yeah, 10 times the HP during the missions, so they're actually pretty good. They're basically like juggernauts, you know, because, well, they literally have 10 times the HP during the missions. Really, really insane, to be honest. I mean, I don't do this personally, but I guess like a good strat would be just have like a front row of just like corrupted plants. So that way it takes them ages to break them. And then you can just have all your like high damage plants at the back here just shooting as they're trying to break through that like front row. Now, also a really, really OP strategy is basically to do with the Bloom Ascendant. Now, what you can do is, because you can actually start the mission whenever you want with the token, what you want to do is you want to wait for the Bloom Ascendant, because if you didn't know, after slaying 1000 Brainrots, buff all plants stats by 135%. So basically, once this hit 1000, it will activate 135% buff for 5 minutes. So yeah, you can literally wait for the buff to be activated and then you can go ahead and start the mission. So pretty much during the entire mission, you're going to have this 135% buff to all of your plants for 5 minutes during the mission. It's literally the most OP thing ever when it comes to this like story missions. So I highly, highly recommend you get the Bloom Ascendant and also try and get tier 3 as well, because this makes it even better. Which, by the way, if you don't know how to merge, you just click E on the cards and it's this little orange button down here. Click that and then yeah, you can literally just merge any card you want, just like so. Now, also keep in mind, another thing you can do is like in the gear shop, for example, like you can use like frost grenades and things like that. Frost grenades are pretty good. And I guess like the frost blower is also pretty nice. But yeah, don't forget to use these, especially if you're struggling, because these actually can help massively. Now, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to start the mission soon, but I will wait for my Bloom Ascendant to be activated. Now, what you can do, if you've got some Riot Potions spare, you can pop a Riot Potion if you're impatient. So obviously, this will massively increase your spawn rate of Brainrots, which basically speeds this up. So yeah, now I'm just going to wait for this to hit 1000, so it activates all those buffs. Oh, actually, by the way, there's a few things I want to mention while I'm waiting for this. So obviously, with your tile trio, when you put this card on, obviously make sure you do what it says. So make sure you've got like 3 of the same plant in each row. As you can see, pretty much every row here has at least 3 of the same one. I mean, there might be some exceptions. Like, I guess this row actually doesn't have. But yeah, most of the rows do actually have 3 of each. And also, what I like to do is, because when you start the mission, by the way, what happens is the Brainrots will obviously start over here and then they'll go forward and then they will break each plant in a row until eventually they get to your back line. And then obviously once they get to the back line, if they go past this part, that's where you fail. So I would actually recommend that you put your weaker plants like in the front, and then as you go back block by block, they become like stronger and stronger, if you know what I mean. Which, by the way, make sure you go through your inventory and basically place down your highest damage, I was going to say Brainrots, your highest damage plants. And then out of your 35 highest damage plants in your entire inventory, place them all down. And that's how you want to organize it. So the weaker ones will go at the front, as you can see. Like, this should be a good example. So hopefully, if I've done it correctly, like literally they should just be going up and up. Okay, this might not be 100% perfect, but you kind of get the gist of it. So like, look, 230k, 460k, 655k, 810k, and then 1.3 million, sorry. So your highest damage plants should be right at the back, because obviously these will be the ones that get attacked last. And obviously it makes sense to have your highest damage plants being the ones that technically are going to be broken last. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Oh yeah, by the way, if you like are really struggling, don't forget you can actually use like damage potions and stuff if you've got any spare. These damage potions, you can get them from like playing events and stuff, or I think you can even buy them in the shop as well. I think it's like 200 Robux a potion. Yeah, 200 Robux for a potion, but obviously that's pretty expensive to do that every mission. I would definitely recommend that you try and get them like during events, because that would be much cheaper. Okay, so as you can see, we're getting really close to the Bloom Ascendant being done. And yeah, basically what that means is once that's done, we're going to activate the Christmas mission. And yeah, we're going to see if we can get this done. Right, there we go. Okay, it's activated. So we're going to start the mission. Here we go. Right, there we go. We used a token. The Brainrot invasion is going to be spawning now. And as you can see, it's all the little presents. So realistically, we should be doing this because as you can see, so before I was getting like, what, 4 million every row. Obviously, thanks to the Bloom Ascendant card with the 135% buff, basically, we've got over like, I mean, I think the lowest row is literally like 17 million, which is absolutely insane. Like, look at this. This is crazy. We do so much damage. But yeah, look at this. I'm telling you, the difference with this card and without it is like night and day. It's actually crazy. Oh, look at that. There's Santa on his sleigh. Goodbye, Santa. Goodbye. He got defeated pretty fast. I won't even lie. Oh, look, they're actually getting kind of close. Well, they did a little bit of damage. But because I have that photo, what is it called? Photo something card on. Oh, look, it actually regened it already. Wow, that was quick. So every wave, it literally regens it. What is it? Oh, photosynthesis. That's it. So heal plants by 25% of their max health after each wave. So look, this one's got 65k health. I guess let's see if it gets healed. Or actually, it might even be destroyed right now. Oh, no. Okay, we're good. So 35k health. Let's remember that. Actually, wait. I think it might already be over, actually. We might have already defeated this. That was quick. That was super quick. We just got this last guy. Oh, yeah. Boom. Wow. GG. Oh, there goes that present. Do you see that? Is that going to land on the conveyor belt? That's actually crazy. Look at that. All the way. And then boom. Christmas. 10 Christmas XP. GG. Wow, that was like super quick. And look, I've still got 4 tokens left as well. So yeah, that is how you get it done. That is how you get it done. Wow. Pretty easy, to be honest with you. But I won't lie, you know, literally, I mean, I know I keep blabbering on about this, but if it wasn't for this Bloom Ascendant card, I would be struggling. Like, that is how I can't stress this card enough, honestly. But yeah, appreciate you for watching, though. Definitely leave a like, subscribe, join my Discord. Hopefully this helped. If there's any tips I've missed out, definitely write down in the comment section. Hopefully, you know, a newer player can see it and hopefully it can help them out. But yeah, hopefully I remembered to mention everything. I know I've mentioned a lot of stuff this video. There might be 1 or 2 things I forgot. But yeah, appreciate you. Bye-bye.